Hi, welcome to Meadows Bee Farm. I am Leigh and today I'm going to take you through our blueberry ecology. Here we are on our hillside where we grow some of our blueberries. We have blueberries scattered around our farm, but this is a particularly special blueberry grove because it's full of diversity. I want to walk you through this and point out some of the vitality and how we actually got it there. So, what's here? First of all, we have 40 blueberry bushes. We have peach trees, apricot trees, and behind you we have an apple tree. We are grazing the sheep over there. We have all kinds of natural growths. And then we have some things that we've brought in. So we graze the sheep, first of all, that might be your first question. We graze the sheep to cut the lawn, to cut the grass, to give the sheep more balanced nutrients, and to fertilize the property. When you fertilize, you raise the pH, and higher pH will change completely what's under it. So I don't believe you have to weed the undesirables out. All you do is change the pH and they'll leave. Now, there where the sheep are, that has a lower pH, so that's more acidic, and more acidic properties have more dandelions. Here, where we are around the blueberries, this has a slightly higher pH, though it is still acidic, because blueberries like acidic soil. It has a different ecology, and therefore the plants are different. Here, I'll point out a few. We have the dandelion. So the dandelion is a really good early season lettuce. It has a huge amount of vitamins and helps to clean out your blood. Here we have a clover. A clover, this looks like a red clover. So red clover, when it gets the red leaves, that balances your hormones and makes a really nice tea. Over here we have a raspberry, and again, raspberries balance hormones and can be used as tea, and the fruit can be used for snacking. Here we have a wild lettuce, and wild lettuce is one of the really new hipster pain medications. It doesn't change your mood, but it really takes away pain. And now we have the blueberry. So we grew last year 200 pounds of blueberries. How did we do it? I'd say in systems like this. They are abundant, they're rich, I think they're beautiful. We add lots of things underneath them. So if you've seen my other podcast, you know about my pea chips, which are here. Blueberries love pine chips because they slightly acidify the soil. Here we have a little some compost. So blueberries actually are more fungal dominant, and they prefer brown manure versus green manure, but they can still have a little bit of the brown. We call this brown manure, which is really compost. Then we have tree release this. That is why you don't have weeds encroaching all of it. I take them and I make a nice little pile. The key is not decoration, but to mimic the forest ecosystem. So that's why we've done this. We're in the trees, so we are slightly shaded. We are on a hillside south slope, which in all agriculture, you get more abundance. And all these little flowers here, if fertilized, pollinated by any of the bees that you see flying around, they will create berries. So stop back. We'll go over this again, and I'll show you once the berries set, and we'll then show you what we do. So thank you. In order to create a really diverse ecology, I add a lot on to my trees and my bushes. I'm always adding, I rarely subtract. Here we have a beautiful compost with a lot of leaves and sticks. It's a woody compost, which is really what my fruit trees and all my berry bushes want. I've brought this here and dumped it, and there I have some old wood chips. They've soaked for a little bit. I think they're better after they're a little bit, if they've had a little bit of time. And I'm going to show you where I'll put them. So here, I've had this fruit tree. It's an Espis Spitzenberg. This was Thomas Jefferson's favorite fruit tree. And I have all kinds of things here. I have a pile of weeds that I pulled out, mixed in with some wood chips. Next to that I have comfrey, I have chives, there's some eggshells, more weeds, and I am going to just dump this in, not very ceremoniously, but the goal is to make some piles so that this tree and the mycorrhizae in here will create their own kind of fungal interrelationship. The soil, as we're learning, is full of nematodes and protozoa and worms. And the more diversity we can bring to it, the healthier this tree and all the other trees around here will be. And that is why I don't necessarily need to know all the science. What I need to know is this tree wants to be fed, and I can feed it from things we've created in the earth. You can watch and compare. I think that this garden, and this is the HH garden, we have about 26 gardens of fruit trees, seems to have a lot of vitality. It seems to be alive, and it gives an abundance of fruit. To me, this is the future of regenerative agriculture in America. A lot of what I'm growing here in my blueberry grove can be used for tea. Here we have a catnip. Catnip is a mint, and we all know it because our cats love it, but it also can be used as a herbal tea. Over here, we have feverfew. Feverfew is one of my favorites because it takes away migraines. It's a bitter herb, and it really helps with digestion. And then all around, we have our famous dandelion. I have already dried several gallons of dandelion leaves, and there's so much that can be done with them. Mostly, though, we make them into tea. So we let these grow. We don't cut them in the fall, and they come back every year. They're called perennials. You don't need to just have bare soil under everything because you can get so much more out of a piece of land. Ecologically, it will function better, and that eliminates the old standard of soil that is a monocrop, that is compacted, and is dead. If we just take 1 second here, once this truck goes by down the road, you can hear all the birds that are living here with us. If this grove did not have all these things here, I wonder if we would still have the birds. So we can just listen for a second. Okay, well that's the peacock. But I think you can hear the birds too. Go out into your backyard and listen to see if you have birds. And look around and see, do you have diversity? And if not, what might you do to get some? Thank you.